Yo, you gonna talk about World War II?
Oh, you want me to talk about World War II?
Talk about World War II.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Well, World War II, I can tell you everything there is to know about World War II, you know?
Yeah?
Because during World War II, we had the fucking Germans, okay? And they were pissed off from the last World War, right?
Yeah.
And the Germans, they had this big fucking asshole with a big toothbrush for a fucking mustache. His name was Charlie Chaplin. No, I'm sorry. His name was Adolf Hitler. And he came out of the woodworks and he was just like, hey, I've got an idea. We're going to kill the Jews. We're going to put them in ovens. We're going to cook them up and make pies out of the Jews. Because they are fucking pissing me off. I don't know what it is about them. I just don't like them. And Herbert Goering and fucking Heinrich Himmler came out of the woodwork and they're like, that's a great idea! We should market a country based on that! We'll call it Germany! And they were calling it Germany! And they came together and they started attacking people. And they started invading places. They started invading Poland! Stealing Polish Jews! Because they were like Polish sausages and they thought they were food! So they started putting them in ovens with the Jews! And most of them were Jews. But that is irrelevant to the point! And then the Italians came in and they were like, hey, we're Italian. Let us have some of this. But they don't really matter in this because eventually they get the fuck out of here. Okay? And then all this shit starts happening. And England just comes in and starts barging their fucking pudgy noses in because that's what they always do. And they come in and they're like, hey, we don't like you doing this. Please stop. Please stop. And we're going to have to do something horrible to you. Well, they didn't stop, so England gets involved and starts a big fucking war. And here comes France, surrendering like always, going into the battlefields with the white flags going, okay, we get the French fries, please stop fighting. And the war collides like a big fucking ton of bricks. And then here comes Russia with their fucking communist anthem coming into the war. Start slashing people with sabers because it's just a Stalin and shit. And they're wearing those Bernard caps and they're just going around slashing fuckers in the face and saying, give back the Jews, give back the Jews. You know? And in America, nobody's caring because they're just like, hey, look, we got our own depression, okay? We don't want to deal with this right now. We're going to stay out. You know? And our president's crippled. There's not much we can do. And everything gets all crazy and shit. And the war keeps going. And then there's Adolf Hitler off in the distance saying, you know what, this gun may come back as useful later on. And then Heinrich Himmler says the same thing. And then Hermann Goering says, man, my gun's not working. What do I do? And then everything gets even more belligerently crazy because now they're invading France. And France just gives up as soon as they enter the border. They get to Paris. And the fucking French hand over Paris and everything, and they're just like, oh, here's the treaty here, take it. We're not gonna fight you. We can't fight you. Go, do as you please. Just leave us alone. Let us have my frogs and our French fries. So Adolf Hitler is like, haha, I'm doing it. I'm doing what I said to do. And fucking Italy was like, Benito Mussolini was like, hey, I'm just here. And then fucking Russia with Joseph Stalin said, hey, you, Churchill, we're going to come together. We're going to work. We're going to kill them. We're going to destroy them. And Churchill's like, whoa, slow down. We'll fight them in the beaches. We'll fight them in the air. We're going to shove our English boots up their bootstraps. And he started drinking scotch and become addicted to that. And then, out of nowhere, Japan shows up. Japan shows up with their fucking flying helicopters of doom and starts attacking everyone in the goddamn ocean because they're crazy and they like to kill themselves in their own planes. So they just go out of the woodwork and start shooting at fucking ships and whatnot. And then they went too far. They shot up Pearl Harbor. Well, Americans don't like the fact that our Hawaiian nation is being destroyed. So we're like, wait, we can't allow that. But we're going to give it a few more minutes. And then they did it again. And what happens? USA enters the chat and joins up with the fucking allies. And he's like, England, Russia, we're going to come together. and I'm gonna fuck the shit out of them, and I'm gonna come in there like a fucking bull. And they did. They came in there like a bull. They went like a fucking bullet out of a gun into D-Day and said, fuck everyone! I'm killing everything I see! And the Germans get scared. The Germans get scared. Italy has already left the chat because as soon as America entered, Italy's like, nope, I'm done. I can't win. And Germany's getting all scared. Everyone's dying in the German forces. And even Adolf Hitler's going, wow, they are good. And then eventually, they get to the middle of Paris, France. And what does Adolf Hitler do? Bam! This gun did come in use. And then freaking Heinrich Himmler was like, oh yeah, this gun is coming in use. Shoots his fucking face off. And Hermann Goering's like, mine's still dysfunctioning. And it's not working. And then he gets captured with the rest of the SS. Except for Karl fucking Koch, who kills himself. Everyone in the German forces is killing themselves. They're getting arrested. It's a fucking shit show. Even Russia's standing up there dancing to their own music, doing that weird bullshit dance. Except for Joseph Stalin, because he's not Russian, he's Georgian. And he's just sitting over there laughing his ass off while shoving his son in a fucking jail cell saying, hey, I don't like you. And killing his own people while he's doing it. It's a shit show. And then England's like, I think the war's over. I'm going to go back and drink my scotch and smoke my cigars. And then Japan was like, wait, we're not done here. Start attacking more ships in the ocean. And what do we do in America? We kidnap a German scientist. And we have him collide with our chemist. And they get together. And they're like, I have an idea. We were working one day, we were just destroying atoms. And we figured out that as soon as you destroy an atom with a hammer or anything else, boom, you make a bomb. And they're like, that's it, we'll make a bomb. And we're going to use this bomb. And J. Robert Oppenheimer looked at Albert Einstein and said, no, we're not going to make one bomb. We're going to make 2 bombs. 2. Maybe we'll make a 3rd, but we haven't decided yet. And they get together and they make this bomb of atoms and put it together in a gigantic fucking dildo. And they take that gigantic dildo and they shove it in one of the fucking things. And Roosevelt can't say shit because he's fucking dead. So Truman shows up. And what does Truman do? Truman gives them an ultimatum and says, Japan, if you don't stop bombing us, we're going to bomb you. And Japan went, ching chong kung kung, boom! More ships are flying into the planes. I know that doesn't make sense, but to me, they did both. The ships were trying to fly out of the ocean and hit the planes. The planes were coming out of the air and hitting the ships. It's a fuck up. It's a big cavalcade of shit. And Japan just won't stop. So what do? We take one plane over there with one bomb and we drop it on Hiroshima and everybody's flying up against the buildings dying in pain. And Japan, we waited for a little bit. Truman's off there to the distance going, wait. We'll see what they say. And Japan was like, is that it? We've had worse days than this, motherfuckers! Bring it on! So Truman's like, alright, that's it. Put in the other bomb in there. Take it in over there. And J. Robert Oppenheimer's like, well, what about the 3rd one? He's like, no, hold off! We'll see if this works. So we take the other plane, and we drop that bomb on Nagasaki. And the big giant white flag comes out of the fucking Japan countryside. And everyone in Tokyo is going, all right, we're done. Leave us alone. Please stop. We'll give you technology later in the future. Just stop. And that's the end of World War II. Peace for millions of years until their fucking conspiracies and their bullshit comes to light. And America's like, gonna stick their nose in it. Saying, hey, we waited too long in these last 2 wars, but now we're gonna fucking fight Russia because they kill everyone in their own country. And that's how the Cold War started, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about World War II. And it's over. Adolf Hitler's dead, the Jews are dead, and Japan is still bullshit.